Hey, welcome back to your 5 News this morning. Well, it's no secret that we live in one of the most beautiful parts of the country. Because of that, people spend a lot of time in the great outdoors. But with the woods, trails, and greenery comes a few dangers, tiny ones, that can cause big life changes.
I'm allergic to toothpaste, deodorant, shampoo, conditioner, soap, laundry detergent, over-the-counter medications such as ibuprofen, Tylenol, allergy relief. Any type of capsule is made out of gelatin and glycerin, which I cannot have.
And while this may sound like a lot, this barely scratches the surface of things that Josh Launch is allergic to.
Yellow dye, blue dye, red dye, elk, deer, beef, pork, anything with hooves, and all other mammal byproducts.
These aren't allergies he's had his whole life. He actually just discovered them about 5 years ago.
I have alpha-gal.
But what is alpha-gal? It all starts with a tick bite, the Lone Star tick in most cases. From there, people can develop an allergy to red meat and other products made from mammals.
Well, the Mid-South has been historically the most common place to develop this allergy.
Bentonville allergist Dr. Tina Merritt not only helps diagnose people like Josh, she was on the team that helped to discover the allergy.
That is the hard part, is everybody's different with alpha-gal. Some people do get hives, some people get full-blown anaphylaxis, some people get abdominal pain, and it's not just regular abdominal pain, it's like double over in pain kind of pain, and it usually is delayed, so people don't associate it with the burger they ate at 6 with waking up at 2 in the morning with hives.
For Kelly Codivore, it was shortness of breath that led to her first trip to the doctor.
5 years, colonoscopy, upper GI, lung scans, CT scans, blood work, looking for anything possible. They just wasn't finding anything.
And it wasn't until recently that one doctor suggested she see Dr. Merritt.
Drove an hour and about 20 minutes.
And you were saying earlier you would drive further.
Oh yes, definitely. I would fly.
Desperate for answers as her life has changed.
My husband loves beef. You know, he's meat and potato kind of guy, and that's difficult because I can't cook beef for him anymore.
That's because just the smell of beef makes her sick. Kelly tells us the last few years have been isolating at times, but she's starting to realize there's quite a few people out there like her, including her doctor.
So 6 hours after just chewing a piece of steak, I passed out.
That's right. Dr. Merritt herself suffers from alpha-gal. Everyone's symptoms look a little different.
And so my hair started falling out during college whenever I realized I was eating all this stuff that I shouldn't. And I can translate this all back to whenever I got alpha-gal.
If I pet one of my dogs, I'll get a rash on me. But the long-haired dogs I wasn't reacting to as much.
But one common factor for all those with alpha-gal, the struggle to attend social functions, like parties and dinner outings, especially around the holidays.
I always know if I cook it, I'm good. But if someone else is making it, you never know.
Even eating at a restaurant can be a challenge. If a piece of chicken is cooked on a grill that's been cleaned off but earlier had steak on it, those who suffer from alpha-gal allergy are likely to get sick.
There's currently no cure. There's some treatments that are a little bit outside the box, and I haven't seen anything that was scientifically proven to prevent symptoms. The main thing is to do avoidance measures and then have an action plan if you do get exposed to something.
Dr. Merritt sees about 10 patients per week with the allergy, some diagnosed before seeing her and others discovering it for the first time.
Arkansas, Missouri, Kansas, and Oklahoma, this area has a very high prevalence of alpha-gal allergy.
It's due to higher exposure levels in what doctors call the four corners because of activities like hunting, farming, mountain biking, and hiking.
Last year, I think we spent over 80 hours in the tree stand from mid-October to mid-November.
Since his diagnosis, Josh says he's pulled off multiple Lone Star ticks, but he refuses to let them or his allergy keep him away from the great outdoors.
It's like, don't let the fear of the tick keep me from doing what my passion and my love is.
Like Josh, Dr. Merritt says it's important to not be fearful and continue to live your life to the fullest. But she does recommend taking preventative measures when going outside, especially around wooded and grassy areas. She says it's important to use bug spray, wear tall socks and long pants, and taller boots if you can. She also recommends finding clothes embedded with tick repellent, clothes when camping, and also check yourselves for ticks. If you pull one off and there's a bullseye or you begin to have symptoms, call your doctor immediately.